At this point, we've spent quite a lot of time on Rancho Del Arroyo, and we're only missing a diamond antelope jackrabbit to have every diamond in the game again, but they're one of those species where you can kind of just find them whenever, and I found it's actually best to hunt them at night anyways, so I thought what we'd do instead is kind of hunt around in multiplayer. We're not going to worry too much about what the time is in the game, and naturally, we'd run into a pretty good sized level 2 whitetail, definitely with a chance of making diamond. I think it's the wrong rack, so that 235 to 276 estimate, I wouldn't be shocked if he's in that 235 range. But it's an opportunity to kind of fully explain the loadout, so I'm carrying the Hawk Edge today, and I've mentioned a bunch of times that I want to get a diamond to go on that one tiny platform to replace a harlequin duck, and if we can find a level 3 antelope jackrabbit that cooperates, we'll definitely try to take it with the bows. So because of that, mule deer and whitetail are going to be taken with the 243 today, and luckily in that case, a nice broadside shot, we can just drop it, and it's just as if we're using a bigger caliber. I have kind of struggled to judge these, but I'm pretty sure that's the like 230s kind of rack. Yeah, 236, so his minimum was 235, but got the heart with the 243, and that's kind of good to see. I mean, we've definitely done it before, but nice to get a little practice shot in case we need to do a shot like that later, and just being able to take one down and avoid tracking is always nice. I'm glad that, at least in this case, we got the track and actually were able to locate this rabbit super quickly, because he is a low estimate max weight one. I still want to go ahead and take him out, but it was a case of actually spawning so close to the zone that he hadn't kind of spawned in yet, so we ran back the other way and were able to just kind of get eyes on him quickly, and it was just yet another max weight track, which we continue to find, and they continue to be just small level 2s, but at least nice to get a decent size one. And since he was definitely going to be just a gold, there was no point trying to sneak in and take him with the bow, but he was the dark brown fur type, which I do quite like. I think probably gray or dark brown would be my preferred two. They just look really nice, and I'm not sure, they almost have like the specs on them like the modeled ones, but solid 5.3 for that guy. Now, despite the fact that we do have a Diamond Rio Grande turkey already, I still want to get some other fur types, because the one that we have, or I guess plumage types, but the one that we have is a light brown. I kind of like the commons, and I'm still not too sure what the difference between like buff and light buff and all those are, so even though that's a level 2, I like to take them out just in case. And we're actually getting up here to probably the last whitetail lake we're going to check. I'm not sure, we're kind of late, but they might still be here. And yet again, 4.3, that's what they all seem to score, but that was the common one, so at least we're kind of getting a little bit of information as to like what to look at for the different plumage types. But yet again, just a kind of common gold. I kind of figured if we were going to bring the bow with us, we might as well get some use out of it, but the only deer that won't come into the call are the two biggest bucks down here, so I think if we can scoot into 40, the wind's not that bad. We can probably just take that guy down there and sort of save ourselves some time trying to deal with him not coming in. He is attentive. Let's get that zeroed, and then I'm not so sure we'll be able to spot him with the bow. So we'll spot him there. Then if we can do this somewhat quickly, actually, well, we can spot the doe. Can't spot him, but we definitely hit him. I think we dropped him, in fact. Got like a spinning glitch. Where was he at? Okay, we did actually drop him in his tracks, so nice to kind of do that. We haven't used the bow in quite some time, and it's a little bit bigger than a rabbit would be, but certainly a practice shot if we would end up trying to take a rabbit with the bow today. And 227 is not bad. This little lake up here had so many whitetail at it. I'm not even sure we shot the best one, but at least we got a good sized gold regardless. It's been quite some time since we've seen this guy. We followed his tracks forever, and then they seem to just completely disappear. That is a 57 to 62 estimate level 9 coyote though, and if I'm right, the diamond requirement for them is 56.8, so that should be a guarantee, as long as we can make the shot, which on a small creature like a coyote is far from a certainty. But if we can get him to just stop and go nervous, hopefully we can just take him out there with a 243. I'm trying to make sure we hang around 150, because the one kind of drawback to using the 243 is it has a pretty quick drop off once you get beyond 150. So I don't want him to get too far beyond that, at least without knowing exactly what his range is. Even that level 2 is still fleeting, so the 9 is going to go a good bit further. If we can just keep eyes on him, the 2's sort of slowing down. Hopefully we can get to a point where we can get a easy shot. He's kind of sneaking through the brush out there, and I'm pretty sure we're at a range where, yeah, he's just simply going to hear the 22 shot. Even went alarmed there, but the range is fine. And I have no idea if the shot was. Unable to spot him. I think it should have been a single lung. There's hunting pressure there, so we should be fine. Rocky does not want us to go up there and actually visit it, but like I said, if I'm right about the requirement, that should be a guaranteed diamond. And I can't imagine it dying that fast unless it was a vertebrae shot, but the angle we had, that would have been really difficult. So I'm not so sure what to do here as far as the trophy lodge goes, but if he does make diamond, we're certainly going to have to put him in a multi-mount of some kind. I'm kind of wondering about doing the one that has the 3 ducks kind of fleeing from a coyote. This is, of course, if he makes it, but we'll look for blood. It shouldn't be too far up here. The coyote's down right there. Yeah, that's definitely going to be vital blood, so we should be fine. I actually don't see the blood itself, but high bleed rate wouldn't be from a vertebrae shot. And he is a diamond at 57.9. I had a feeling he'd be in that 57 range just because of the estimate, but diamond was in fact 56.8, so he was a full point above. Right lung shot, just missed the heart. And yeah, we'll have to see what we can do for a multi-mount for that. Ooh, there's a level 3 Rio Grande. If we can get him before he takes off, that'll save us a lot of time, because the last one ended up being quite a chase. It was in the video where we sort of talked a bit more about some of the parts of recording in multiplayer that you don't often see. That time, though, we got to see the encounter and everything. And, in fact, he's the light buff plumage type that I was talking about earlier, so it'll be interesting to compare it. I'm sure we have another turkey somewhere in the lodge. 4.6 yet again, although I'm almost certain it's going to be higher scoring than the other one we shot, the light brown. Because I think that was like 10.2 kg, so he's probably pretty close to 4.7. I think maybe the buff is like a little bit of a... It's almost like a light brown color on the feathers, because the common you can see more of like a greenish tint to the feathers, and the light buff definitely doesn't have it. So it'll be cool to see. And now we'll have 2 diamonds and 2 multi-mounts to put together. I was hoping to get an opportunity to take a mule deer with the 243, just because we don't often do it. We're kind of getting him attentive there, which is what I wanted. If we can make a hard shot, that would really save us on tracking time. He's kind of alert and warning calling, and our breath is no good, but kind of fighting through the struggle of weapon moving around, we managed to make that shot. I mean, to be honest, for a 243 at 130 meters, double lung and heart on a mule deer is certainly not a bad deal. I think the commons look a little better now. I'm not sure. I know they did like some retexturing on all the mule deer, but I don't know if it's the eyes or like the fur patches around them. They just look better than they used to. I think we have a common mounted in the trophy lodge, so we'll have to actually pay attention to that. And we are going to go back and place our turkey and coyote anyway, so now would be a good time to do that. I guess it's to be expected with a new map and trying to fit everything into the trophy lodge, but there are a number of changes here, but I wanted to quickly take a look at the common diamond mule deer we had. I wish I had a screenshot of before, because I don't even know exactly what it is. I just know it's different, and to me it looks better, so I'm glad the ones in the lodge have actually changed as well. But now we're going to go over here and take a look at a couple of the changes, because we just killed the diamond javelina on Monday's stream, and that was in the room just ahead of us here. It's now over here to the left on this little platform. I would say it's probably not going to stay there forever, but at the moment we have that there. Then we have our new turkey multi-mount, which is where the javelina was, and just to quickly compare, this is the light buff, and this is the light brown, and the thing that I noticed the most is like the body feathers. There's more of like a greener color to the light brown, whereas the light buff, you could almost imagine it being just like dustier laying there in the desert. That's kind of what I see in that with that coloration. And then I actually really like this. This might stay exactly where we have it. We have the new diamond coyote, which by the way is 57.99, so almost cracked 58 with that. But then it's with a leucistic and piebald mallard, both 18 plus golds, and then a melanistic female at 11.5, just a silver. I'd really like to get a melanistic female gold. Gold female mallards are a thing. It's just a matter of actually getting lucky enough to have one be a melanistic, so we'll see. But I think that's pretty cool. It adds a little variety. And we have 2 kind of predator multi-mounts here now in this room, so we'll have to see. Eventually when we do the Trophy Lodge stream, we're going to switch stuff around and maybe move some of these mounts, but I like what we're getting from Rancho Del Arroyo with the new mounts and adding variety to the Trophy Lodge. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.